Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. It is the start of the week and we kicked it off with some pretty topical stories. First up, stray animals in Dubai. First of all, if you've seen this missing cat, there is a 10k reward for you. Yes, there is.
Speaking of 10k, iPhone 15s that are originally priced at 5,000 dirhams are being resold for 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 dirhams, with all these resellers queuing up at the stores. So for anyone else getting their hands on iPhones, and now off it's being sold for, those whopping prices.
We also talked about a new government job role, the most emotional video for a Sunday that we shared yesterday, and Romilly, who is on a mission to save strays in the UAE. She's a 10-year-old doing amazing things. Please take a listen. Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Big news on the job front. His Highness the ruler of Dubai announces a new government job.
We'll also be talking about a Dubai resident who surprised his mom after 3 years. A beautiful video that we'll be showing you.
We are getting so many DMs about this next story. There is a 10k reward for a missing cat, and oh my days, people are interested in this one. 10K.
At this point, I would find a stray cat painted whatever stripes.
You wouldn't believe the messages coming through over the weekend, Simran. You would not believe.
I will also be talking about the 5k iPhone 15 that's already being sold for 10,000 dirhams.
And later on in the show, we have an amazing 10-year-old girl. Her name is Romilly. She is on a mission to save strays in the UAE. Speaking of strays, she's going all out with her school, gathering a group together and doing everything they can to raise funds for a much needed cause. She's going to be with us at 8:50. But before we get to all of that, it's Monday morning. You had the whole weekend to spend on yourself and to do you. And it's the start of a new week. But I want to introduce you to a little phrase that I've learned.
Okay.
And we've all heard of ghosting.
Yes.
So ghosting is when you're dating and someone just totally blanks
No, it's
you.
not when you're even when you're just talking to the person.
Okay, it could be messaging, 1 date, 2 date, and then all of a sudden, kaput, they're gone, like a ghost. They might even delete their accounts. Probably not, they just stop responding to you. However, zombieing. I put this forward as a new frustrating trend that people are talking about on dating groups in Dubai.
Okay, what is zombie?
Have you heard of it? I feel like these things I hear like on the grapevine through people. But I'm not really up with the lingo. I thought you would know what a zombie is.
No idea what zombieing is. No idea. I've heard you use it like once or twice, and I asked you about it, but I don't know. I don't think I've retained what you've said. What is it?
Okay, so zombie is someone who ghosts you, and then like 2, 3, 4 months later, maybe a year later, they reappear from the dead. Okay. So they have officially died. You've moved on. You've put them in the past. The messages have died, and then all of a sudden, could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year, when you're doing a lot better, bam, the zombie reappears, and they're like, hey, what's up? Is that a thing?
Ooh, I'm sure it's a thing. Like the dating world right now is just in pieces. It's in pieces. People are playing games. You don't know how to play that game. And like ghosting, first of all, super painful. Zombieing on top of that, like you said, like if the person's moved on and then this like guy comes back from the dead and they're just like, I know you've been doing great and it took you a while to get over me, but here I am again.
I could see it on Instagram. I could see you're posting, you're living your best life, and here I go as a zombie. I think it's like you just see, it's a couple of these like Facebook groups in Dubai that I'm in, and they're just like, they'll really call people out for this unacceptable behavior, and that's what this is, I think. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a little bit too harsh, but what's dead is dead. Don't dredge it up from the past. If it didn't work before, it's not going to work now.
Yeah, you cannot trust the ghosters. I mean, you cannot trust a ghoster. I'll tell you why.
Go.
They ghost you. They have no regard for you. It's all like, disrespect for not talking to that person. Like, you don't get that closure from them. It haunts you day and night. Like, what's happening there, that situation. And then after months of not speaking, let's say years of not speaking, they come back because they're like, okay, let's check out, let's revisit this option that I once had,
Revisit this option. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But just to go on the ghosting thing, like, just send a message. Just end it nicely.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's one date, just do, and it's a hard thing to do, and I've spoken to a number of different people.
Manners.
Yeah, but it's actually a really easy thing if it's just one date to just not message anymore.
Yeah.
But it's actually solid, and like the world is a harsh place, so if the person's not into you, it's good to know about it rather than just sitting there thinking,
like what's happening.
So just send. Quick question to you on Instagram. We see all of you watching. Juju Fitjoy, welcome to the show. Shahir Kindi, Roger Ramos. Do you send a message or do you ghost?
I think if you want to end the relationship, you don't really, because you don't want that confrontation. A lot of people are not into confrontations. But don't disrespect the person so blatantly, you know? I don't know. I don't know what I...
Are you sending a message or are you ghosting?
Me? I don't know. I think...
Would you just go... would you ghost or are you saying, hey, handsome, it was really nice to get to know you, but I'm looking for something else?
So, I think I would do it in a respectful, very different way. I wouldn't ghost the person. Like if it's gone to the second date, fine. After the first date, you ghost the person, fine. Okay, whatever. If it's gone to the second date, right, and you guys are continuously talking and it's a thing, you would find a way to kind of communicate respectfully that you're not into this anymore, or like we can just be friends, or let's hang out, or whatever it is, you know. But ghosting is like extreme. I feel after a second date, like.
Yeah, ghosting is cruel. I'm sending one message, Shahir. Thanks, Shahir. I do the good old ghost-rooney. Of course you do. Let's jump into our top stories today. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, the ruler of Dubai, announces a new government job. So calling all young men and women of the UAE, the ruler of Dubai is seeking a youth minister. So do you have what it takes to fill a ministerial seat in Dubai? His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, is seeking a dynamic youth representative.
The selected individual will be appointed as the Minister of Youth in the UAE cabinet, with a focus on youth issues. The ruler of Dubai took to Twitter to announce the new position, and he emphasized that traits like patriotism, courage, and a deep understanding of the UAE are crucial to the role.
Applicants with a strong dedication to serving their country and possessing the necessary competence and honesty are encouraged to apply. And if you fit the bill, basically if you're competent, capable and honest, can you please send your applications to the Council of Ministers via contact us at moca.gov.ie. A lot of questions came through on our Instagram about whether or not this is for Emiratis or residents. The calling went out to all young women and men of the UAE, and if it's passionate about serving your homeland, so we're assuming it is Emiratis only in this case, as a ministry position would suggest.
I mean, it would make sense for that to be, but I mean, it's great for Emiratis like who are interested to step forth and be like put forth the application and just take on this position. It's a massive undertaking, and that you can be doing so much for the generation, for the upcoming generation, for the youth of the country. So it's I mean, like if there was a position like this for your country, would that be something you would sign up for back in the days? Like in your college days or something?
Well, I think this is an incredible opportunity for the right person, because you can champion causes that are really close to the youth's heart, which may not already be kind of at a government level that they're having these conversations.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not made for politics.
Really?
I don't think so. What about you?
In college, were you in the running for any of student council leaderships? Things?
No, it was more like the activities clubs,
like
the ski clubs and the tennis clubs, that type of thing. But I didn't.
So you used to run the clubs?
No, I was just went
involved.
to the social events.
Okay.
Jumping on the fancy dress costumes, that type of stuff. Not so much the championing the causes.
Okay, usually people who in universities and schools start like leading these clubs and leading these student associations. You see them being more eligible for these kind of positions compared to...
Sure, they become lawyers, they become politicians.
Yeah.
But the response to this from locals has been incredible. Not even people, just people kind of suggesting what an amazing opportunity it is for that one young person. But as you said, it is a massive seat to fill. There'll be high expectations. But what is cool, because we discussed last week, the LinkedIn the LinkedIn job spec that people are putting out. So they're asking for huge amounts of experiences for entry-level roles. Not the ruler of Dubai. He's asking for passion, commitment, and knowledge. He's asking for passion of your homeland, knowledge of your homeland, and commitment to this role, which I think is incredible. So I've no doubt they're going to be inundated with CVs for this one.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the perfect requirements, right? Like experience, fine, you know, like, but these are the qualities we're seeking out in the person. It's amazing. Let's take notes from Sheikh Mohammed. Our next story, very, very sweet one that Casey found over the weekend. Dubai resident surprises his mom after 3 years. And in an emotional video that had us in tears over the weekend, is this relatable for every Dubai resident who misses their mom.
A video is going viral of a Dubai resident who returns home to India after 3 years. Now, in the emotive video, he turns up at his mom's place of work in Gangoli, India, in disguise.
His mom is a fisherwoman, so he politely asks her a question, but it doesn't take mom very long to realize that it's her son in hiding. All the moment he reveals his face will bring you to tears. And the comments for this video are so incredibly sweet and emotional and heartwarming, so touching.
Can I just say this? We shared this on a Sunday morning, and I feel like it was just a Sunday video. If this goes on during the week, everyone's kind of busy and you're doing your running life, and you may not get the types of comments that we got yesterday. It's so emotional because everyone's just thinking of their mom at home. And you know, some people send beautiful messages about how they've lost their mom and this just made them, you know, miss them even more, which I know is super sad, but it also is like, everyone's like, mom is supreme, miss my mom even more. This is so beautiful. This made me cry. I lost my mom 20 years ago. I just want to go somewhere and hug her. There's no alternative to parents. Everyone is just like, the mom is just working and she sees her son and she gives him a hug and she's, you know, clearly super emotional about it. But all of us watching just felt it, didn't we? Like, it's just, you just 100%. Feel that.
You know, there are so many people on this planet, but a mother's feelings are like, you know, you cannot, every mother.
I want to call my mom right now, Mom, I love you.
Like, yeah, a mother's emotions are, it's like a universal emotion, right? Like what mothers feel for their children. And it's so incredible, like the sacrifices, everything that they do for their children. It is just so heartwarming to see reactions like this. And yeah, mother supremacy, you know?
Mom supremacy. That's so true about the sacrifices. And you know, probably the older we get, the more we appreciate everything that our moms have done for us 100%. Along the way. And this is a 33-second video. If you haven't watched it, if you feel like the feels on a Monday morning, I feel like Monday, I don't think I'm ready for this emotion. It's a Sunday emotion I just need to put to bed. But I'm so glad that everyone felt it because it's for especially particularly people living in Dubai. Not everyone has their luxury of having their mom nearby, and mom's love is better than any other love. So I think everyone was just a little bit relating to that video in some way, that we were all quite touched that we all just missed our moms.
And if at all, you know, you've had a tragedy and your mom's passed away, just know she's looking after you and looking over you. So, you know, it's just that comforting feeling of knowing you have her as a guardian angel. But yeah, this video, the story was so wholesome, so sweet. So if you have the time, do message your mom, do call up your mom today and tell her how much you love her, because it would definitely mean a lot to her.
That's so sweet. It would make her day. Jumping into our next story, another one that we've gotten a lot of DMs about over the weekend. There is a 10K reward for a missing cat. Eco's parents are heartbroken, desperate, and also hopeful. They have walked over 200 miles in search of their lost cat. They lost Eco in April 2020 when the cat went missing from their home in Marina Residences, Palm Jumeirah. It has been 3 years, but his family is still hopeful that they will find him, and they're leaving no stone unturned to make that happen.
The family is offering a reward of 10,000 dirhams for finding Eco. Any confirmed information on his location or current status, situation, be it positive or negative, will be rewarded as well. So here are all the details that may help you find the cat.
Now, a lot of people are sending in pictures of cats, so please look at these details to take note. It is a tabby cat with a white beard, tummy, 4 white feet with 1 paw having a pink toe, clipped ear, Red collar bell, although it may have come off. The chip number ends in 8551. Likely location, Palm Jumeirah, Marina Residences 4 is the area that he went missing. Although there have been possible sightings at Duke's Oceana, Tiara Club Vista Mara, Palma Residences, Fairmont, and the Crescents. So around that area, he could be anywhere given the fact that he's been missing since April 2020.
So if you have any leads, please DM Lovin Dubai on Instagram and we'll connect you with the owners. This is a very tricky situation. It's been a while since the cat has been lost. So, I mean, you don't want to think of the worst case scenarios, but maybe the best case scenario is that someone has taken the cat home and he's at a new home now and they're kind of unaware that, he was someone's previous pet and that the pet, probably got away and escaped and is lost. Probably they thought the pet is abandoned. So
it's very possible that is the case, but I was saying a lot of DMs came through with sightings, potential sightings, but then when you look at how they've described Eco here, so sometimes the collar was different or in a completely different area. But the comments coming through are super lovely. Someone said, how loved is this cat that his owners are still willing to find him, even though 3 years have passed. Someone else said, April 2020, perhaps he couldn't handle the lockdown and the owners being home 24/7. Jokes. Praying that he's found safe. However, if the family has rescued and adopted more shelter kitties in his honor to honor his legacy. Let's hope that Eco is returned home to his family. They clearly miss him a lot. It's 3 years later and they're doing the most, which is an amazing for pet parents to be doing. So we really hope that Eco does find his way home. So if you have information, DM us. We'll take a look and we'll connect you with the owners.
Honestly, that is so true. That the pet parents are 3 years later are spending so much money, time, effort, investing all of this to find the cat. And that's these stories restore your faith in humanity, because you have stories of people really mistreating their pets, their dogs, their cats. And then you have stories like this where the pet owners are just, going through any and every length to make sure their cat is back with them, and a cat that they love so much.
And speaking of that, we're going to be joined very shortly by Romilly, who is on a mission to save strays. She's a 10-year-old. She's going all out to do what she can for a very important cause. But before we get there, iPhone mania continues to hit Dubai.
Okay, let's get into this. The 5K iPhone 15 is being resold for 10,000 dirhams. So large crowds gathered outside Apple stores in Dubai since its launch last week and all weekend long. And now it's come to light that the iPhone 15s are being resold online for a whopping 10,000 dirhams. So are the crowds beginning to make sense to you now? If not, let's break it down. To compare, the original website sells the coveted iPhone for 5,000 dirhams. On the other hand, online reselling platforms show huge markups ranging from 6,000 dirhams to 11,000 dirhams, creating large profit margins if they get buyers.
The price markups range according to this memory space, color, and general seller audacity. If you choose to buy on these resale values, you will most likely get same-day delivery, whereas the website is going to take 4 to 5 days. So if you need it right now. So if time is money, you know where to look.
Exactly. So it also is happening in other countries like Singapore. Checks by Straits Times on Carousel showed about 74 listings of the iPhones by 10 a.m. over the weekend, with prices ranging from $1,680 to $2,500. And there are people buyers that are so keen to have their hands on the iPhone 15, Apple lovers, those who need it for work purposes or whatever the reason may be. But resellers have gone down to the stores, have made sure that they were the first to purchase these iPhones, only to, resell it with these large profit margins.
Now it makes sense. Now you get it. Now I understand why there were so many queues at the stores, because there's only so much stock available in the stores. These resellers know that there is a value that people are willing to pay to get their hands on the first iPhone, so they're going to do it. Opportunistic at all costs, really, because we saw big queues, well-managed Mall of the Emirates the day before the release happened to get the QR token the day of, and now they're going for that. Now, please someone come forward and tell us if you paid that resale value. right? If anyone is watching right now, if you know anyone who is an absolute Apple nut and they just had to get their hands on it on the first day, I would love to speak to you to understand it a little bit more. But also because sometimes we're seeing property values and we're seeing the prices being put on Baywood and things, but that's not, you know, let's say it's going for like 90K, but it doesn't actually get that value. So I'd love to know if people have actually paid the double, triple amounts for these iPhones.
I'm 100% sure there would be people out there so keen on having this iPhone that they are willing to pay this price. And
wouldn't you want it from the Apple Store?
you would, right? Like you would think so. But if it's sold out and you really want it and you know you have the money for it, I don't think you would think twice on just, you know, having your secretary to check it out and, you know, purchase it. And because if you are buying that, you definitely have a secretary or personal assistant, someone along those lines. And especially like these people who came down to Dubai to buy it and sell it off in their home countries where they don't have Apple stores. Yeah. I'm sure, like, imagine the prices there. Just imagine. Because you'll always find buyers for everything. You'll always find viewers for all sorts of content. So, yeah, minting money, huh? These resellers.
Just want to check if anyone has any comments. If you know anyone who's minting money, if you know anyone who's actually spending this amount of money on the iPhones, we would love to know. 8:53 on this Monday morning. What a great start to the week. We're going to be joined very shortly by a 10-year-old who's on a mission to save strays in Dubai. Her name is Romilly. She's going to be with us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show and welcome to Romilly, a student with a heart of gold and a passion for making the world a better place. Proving how one person can create real impact, her compassion for animals is truly inspiring as she goes above and beyond to raise funds for our furry friends. Welcome to the show, Romilly. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome. So tell us, how old are you? Which school do you go to?
I'm 10 years old. I go to Arcadia in JVT.
And do you like school? What are your favourite subjects?
I like PE and then English when we're like doing stories and stuff.
That's nice.
Okay, so you're into like rescuing cats, you're into rescuing animals, you have such love for them. Do you have pets at home?
Yeah, we've got one dog called Ori. And we've had 2 fosters. One was Safi and one was George.
They both are dogs?
Yeah, both are dogs.
And we know, we read a little bit about you and your story and what you're doing. And we know that you have a fondness for stray animals and you really care about them. Can you remember when you first kind of noticed that some animals didn't have homes?
I can't remember actually, but there was one time we were on a family holiday and we were watching the turtles go into the sea when they were babies, and one was going the wrong way, and I kind of pushed it in the right direction. And yeah.
So is that when you're like? So did that get something clicking in your mind?
Yeah, I think so. When I was like a lot younger, I was scared of animals like dogs and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and then we were walking this one dog. He was like a massive, big, fluffy dog, and yeah. And then we were in London then, and before we moved, we got a dog called Ori. And yeah.
So that got you more comfortable with animals, your dog Ori?
Yeah, she's now the queen of our house.
And your family also looks after strays.
Yeah.
Has that been something that you've always done?
No, just since we moved to Dubai, because before we were in Newcastle and everyone had a dog, everyone always loved dogs, so there weren't any strays there.
Interesting. So when did you start kind of saying, I want to do something. I want to help.
Well, it was when we moved to Dubai because I knew there were going to be strays. But yeah, I just saw so many, and then I knew a lot of people loved animals in school, so I asked the headmaster, and yeah, he said I could do it. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. So your headmaster, your teachers, and everyone at school are very supportive of this club, is it?
Yeah, super supportive.
So they're calling Romilly the Greta Thunberg of animals, which is amazing. So what club did you start? So what are you doing in school with your friends?
It's called ALOA, Animal Lovers of Arcadia, and we used to meet once a week, but I think now we're going to do it once a month so people can like do stuff at home. And I want to do a big sale with the whole school, like just in the reception when people come out and come in, they can,
Amazing.
So you rescue all these strays. What are some of, okay, I want to know like in what states have you found them? Like what are some of the worst states, and what have you seen with these strays that you didn't maybe know before?
Just how skinny they were. It was really sad. And then like obviously in the summer it's boiling. It makes me really upset.
It's really sad, like, because I follow some Facebook groups and I see the photos of some of the stray animals, and it's heartbreaking, and it's so constant. These poor baby animals. So what, every month you try to raise money, and then where does the money go?
The money is going to Canine Friends this term. We've raised like 1,500.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Can we do a round of applause for that? Like, you and your group, that's so great.
So it's going to go to Canine because it's like one of the biggest. It's going to help a lot of dogs. And yeah, it's going to be a different one each term.
Cool. So you choose to give back to everyone each term. That's amazing.
Do you feel like you've changed the mindset of some of your friends, you know, because you are so strongly into this, but your friends may not be?
Yeah, I think they've like, they like them a lot more now.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't know, what's the process like when you find these stray cats? Do you go to it with water, or like what are the first steps you take to just make it feel comfortable?
So there are quite a lot like around school. So we've got like a bag of food in Mum's car. So we would pour some out for them sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so thoughtful what you do. It really is, because so many people will just, drive past and they won't even think to do it. So you're saving lives. And do you have maybe like a message for people who are leaving their animals and, making the strays happen?
I just, they're not gonna, so we can't stay outside for like more than an hour because it's so hot. So, how do you expect them to be out there for their lives? And like, they have feelings as well, even if they can't talk. They can still feel hurt or injured or sad.
So true.
And what do you think people should do in their very own ways to help out a stray if they can? Like, what can people do?
Even small things make a big difference, like just leaving out water or food for them.
Yeah. And what food is a no-no for cats? Like, I heard milk is a no-no.
Oh, I haven't had that.
This is for dogs and any strays. Like, do you have any food items which is like, no, you cannot give them these?
I don't know, to be honest. I think like maybe like really small stuff that they could choke on. Maybe, yeah.
There is there's a lot of stray animals in Dubai, we know that. And we know that there's a lot of rescue shelters doing amazing things. But what you've said today is so powerful about, we can't be out for over an hour, so how do we expect animals to do that? And what you're doing with your friends in Arcadia is amazing. So well done and more power to you. And if anyone watching, if they want to help, can they get in touch with you, or can they maybe reach the school to maybe donate to you guys, or how can they do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Let me check if we have maybe with your mom, do we have a contact or something? We can put it beneath.
Yeah, we could do my email or something. Yeah.
Okay. How about the mom's Instagram? Your mom's Instagram, which is, let us tell you right now.
1 second, we're getting it passed on.
Or we can put it in the links. We'll link to it in the show. Sorry about that, Mom. Mom's watching behind the scenes. But look, Romilly, what you're doing is amazing. And if people are touched by your story, we will put a link in the comments after the show where you can reach out and maybe just kind of like, maybe they can help or donate cookies or something like that. Romilly, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. What you're doing is amazing. Really appreciate your time. Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show this morning. Have a great start to the week and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Bye.